Janine never thought she'd be the kind of person who skipped workouts. In her 30s and 40s, she was a runner, half marathons, stair climbs. She even kept a pull up bar in her hallway. But after she turned 51, things started changing. First, it was her knees. Then her back stiffened after sitting too long. Running became less of a thrill and more of a recovery project. At first, she pushed through. Then she started skipping sessions, telling herself she'd get back on track next week. That week never came. What did come were slower mornings, tighter jeans, and more days feeling older than she wanted to admit. Janine didn't care about being ultra fit anymore, but she missed feeling strong, youthful, capable. She missed the confidence that came from knowing her body could keep up with her life. Her doctor told her the truth gently. After 50, the body changes. Hormones shift, muscle mass drops. But the good news? It's not too late. You just need to train smarter, not harder. So Janine got curious. She spent a few weeks researching, reading, watching, asking questions. What she found surprised her. You don't need long workouts. You don't need complicated routines or expensive gym memberships. You need 3 simple, consistent exercises that target strength, mobility, and balance, things that matter more than ever in your 50s and beyond. She started small, 10 minutes a day, and everything changed. Exercise 1, the goblet squat. Janine hadn't squatted since her running days, but the goblet squat felt different. Holding a 10-pound dumbbell at her chest, she sat down into a chair and stood back up. At first, that's all she could do. 1 set of 8. Her thighs trembled, and she had to hold the back of the chair just in case. But she kept at it. The goblet squat did more than strengthen her legs. It trained her core, improved her posture, and taught her to engage the muscles that supported her knees and back. Within a few weeks, she was squatting deeper, standing taller, and walking up stairs without hesitation. Best of all, it reminded her what her legs could do. Strong legs meant independence, stability, a future without the fear of falling or needing help getting off the couch. That one movement gave her a sense of control again. Exercise 2, the elevated push-up. Janine couldn't do a regular push-up anymore. Her wrists hurt and her core sagged. But a trainer at the community center showed her the elevated push-up, hands on a countertop, body straight, lowering slowly until her elbows bent to 90 degrees. It was humbling at first. She could only manage 5. But every other day she returned to it. The push-up worked her chest, shoulders, arms, and most importantly, her core. She didn't realize how important upper body strength was until she felt herself getting better at everyday things. Lifting groceries, pushing open heavy doors, hugging her grandkids with full force. Within a month, she dropped from the kitchen counter to a sturdy coffee table. By month 3, she was doing full push-ups on the floor, something she hadn't done in over a decade. Each one made her feel strong again, powerful in a quiet, grown-up way. Exercise 3, the dead bug. The name made her laugh. But the dead bug, lying on her back, arms and legs moving in opposition, was a game changer. It looked simple. It wasn't. The first time she tried it, she couldn't keep her lower back on the floor. Her core trembled. But the movement taught her to engage her deep abdominal muscles, the ones that support the spine and keep everything aligned. She did it every morning before her coffee. 3 sets of 10 slow reps. It didn't break a sweat, but it rewired her posture. Her back pain eased. She found herself sitting taller, walking with a smoother gait, and catching herself when she slipped on wet pavement. The dead bug wasn't flashy. It didn't look like much, but it rebuilt the foundation of her movement. And at 52, that's what mattered. 3 exercises. That's all it took. She didn't join a gym. She didn't buy expensive equipment. She just made space in her living room, cleared 10 to 15 minutes a day, and committed. 1 for the legs, 1 for the upper body, 1 for the core. Janine tracked her progress in a notebook, number of reps, how the movements felt, what changed over time. She watched her energy come back, her sleep improve, her confidence return. Friends noticed too. "You look different," one said. "Like younger?" And it was true, not because of a magic cream or a miracle diet, but because she moved differently, more freely, with strength and stability. Now at 54, Janine doesn't run half marathons. But she hikes again. She carries heavy grocery bags with ease. She stands up from the floor without help. She feels more like herself, her younger self, than she did 3 years ago. And the best part? It's all sustainable. These aren't trends. Their movements rooted in science and simplicity. Goblet squats, elevated push-ups, dead bugs, 3 exercises. No more, no less. Just enough to rebuild strength, restore youthfulness, and keep the fire burning well into the decades ahead.